Pondicherry is a quaint little coastal town on the Coromandel coast on the eastern side of India with much to offer, right from charming French architecture, a unique culture, a dash of spiritualism, robust cuisine, and many sightseeing places. But one place that really stood out for me during my recent visit to Pondicherry was Pichavaram, which is the second largest mangrove in the world, the first being Sundarbans. The place is a 2-hour drive from Pondicherry and a must visit for nature lovers. Pichavaram is a village near Chidambaram in Kadalur district, Tamil Nadu. It is located between the Vellar estuary in the north and Kolarun estuary in the south. The drive is a very pleasant drive through green fields and a slightly bumpy road, but if you have company, it's a nice drive. The cab drivers typically take around 2500 for a trip through, and so we have reached this spot where boating is available
where you get the boats in Pichavaram.
to visit the mangroves. This whole place is run by Tamil Nadu tourism department and it's quite crowded. I had gone during the Pongal weekend and it was very crowded with a lot of families and even the school trips. So it was overcrowded and we kind of waited for a long time. So the first day actually we could not get a boat. It was a little mismanaged that day. But then I went back again because somehow this place was pulling me to it.
So now we are waiting for the boat here because you have to wait almost 1 hour for the boat. But this is how it looks.
It is quite sunny, so be sure to wear a full sleeves cotton top and a hat if possible to protect you from sunburn. There are some very basic restaurants available outside where you can get some local seafood preparation served in a very rustic way. Otherwise, there is not much. So, if you are a vegetarian, I would say pack your snacks. So, now we are ready to board our boat. This time, we didn't have to wait that much, and boats were readily available. Normally, the charges for the boat are around 100 rupees per person, so it's very reasonable. And they give you a life jacket that you have to wear. Motorboats are also available at a slightly higher price, but with the hand rowed boat, you can go much deeper into the mangroves. So it's much better to take a manual boat, which also gives you a feel of the place and it is much more organic and blends with the nature.
Hi.
Water. 6 hours coming, 6 hours going water.
So here we are entering the Pichavaram Mangroves.
So,
We've chosen the rowing boat, manual one, because it is, I think, closer to nature. That is how I prefer to do it. And it is almost a 1 kilometer boat ride, which will take 1 hour. And we'll be going into India's second largest mangroves. The first one are in Sundarbans, West Bengal, and the second is Pichavaram in Tamil Nadu.
it's Andhra Ponadi.
The serene beauty of this place cannot be described in words.
Pichavaram consists of a number of islands interspersing a vast expanse of water covered with mangrove forest. The Pichavaram mangrove forest is one of the largest mangrove forests in India, covering about 45 square kilometers of area. It is separated from the Bay of Bengal by a sandbar. The biotope consists of species like Avicennia and Rhizopora. It also supports the existence of rare varieties of economically important shells and fishes. So, mangroves are woody plants and shrub that inhabit the upper intertidal zones of saltwater areas, primarily in tropical and subtropical coastal regions within 30 degree of the equator, and form low diversity forests with complex food webs and unique ecosystem dynamics. Mangroves form a characteristic saline woodland or shrubland habitat called mangrove swamp, mangrove forest, mangrove or mangle in coastal depositional environments where fine sediments, often with high organic content, collect in areas protected from high energy wave action. They occur both in estuary and along open coastlines. Mangroves dominate three quarters of tropical coastlines and cover roughly 1,72,000 square kilometer of Earth's surface in the large river deltas, estuaries, and barrier islands. The mangrove also attract migrant and local birds including snipes, cormorants, egrets, storks, herons, spoonbills, and pelicans. About 177 species of birds belonging to 15 orders and 41 families have been recorded. High population of birds could be seen from November to January. Those mangroves are 80 different species of trees that grow in areas with low oxygen soil where slow moving waters allow fine sediments to accumulate. Mangrove forests only grow at tropical and subtropical latitudes, mostly near the equator because they cannot withstand freezing temperatures. Many mangrove forests can be recognized by their dense tangle of prop roots that make the trees appear to be standing on stilts above the water. The tangle of roots allows the trees to handle the daily rise and fall of tides, which means that most mangroves get flooded at least twice per day. The roots also slow the movement of tidal waters, causing sediments to settle out of the water and build up the muddy bottom. Mangrove forests stabilize the coastline, reducing erosion from storm surges, currents, waves, and tides. The intricate root system of mangroves also makes these forests attractive to fish and other organisms seeking food and shelter from predators. So the atmosphere here is very peaceful. The manual boat makes sure that there is not much noise and you can actually soak in the sounds of the sea with certain typical sounds of insects. There are a lot of mosquitoes here, so I would suggest if you are prone to mosquito bites, you can apply some odomus. And other than that, it is simply breathtaking. It is a very serene place where suddenly words have no meanings. You can just sit quietly and admire the beauty of this place. Now we are deep into the mangrove, and this is where normally the boatman goes and he slows down the boat. So the water is very still. It is not like the sea, and these are the mangroves are the ones that make sure that the waves don't turn turbulent here. It's like a whole world in itself protected by these mangroves, and it's a very surreal feeling. Although I don't think I would like to be stranded here at night alone, because it could be quite scary. So that is why the boating is allowed only till about 4 or 5 p.m., not after that. Now these mangroves do perform an important function in terms of ecology. Mangroves provide a natural infrastructure and protection to nearby populated areas by preventing erosion and absorbing storm surge impacts during extreme weather events such as hurricanes. They are also important to the ecosystem. Their dense roots help bind and build soils. What I really loved was that there were a lot of families and people with children who had got them here. And a lot of local crowd also comes here. It's not just the tourists. So it is, kind of something they take pride in. I saw a lot of people from neighboring areas visiting and admiring the place. and it's quite economical too, and not commercialized in the way other tourist destinations are commercialized in India. It has retained its beauty and charm, purity. So I think this is one of the most unique places I have visited. So please let me know in the comments below if you would like to visit this place. I would personally recommend it a lot. So if you really see metaphorically, mangroves remind us of our inner strength and courage during times of struggle and upheaval. They signal our ability to remain stable and calm in the presence of adversity by shoring up our resources. Mangroves exist to support coastal shorelines by taking the brunt force of tidal waves, hurricanes, and tsunamis. So let me read out this beautiful poem to you by John Blight, an Australian poet. He writes in his poem called Mangrove. I saw its periscope in the tide, its torpedo seed seeking the soft side of the island, the grey mud bank. And where it touched, it seemed the land sank, with its tree exploding from water. The green mangroves, fountainhead of leaves bursting, seemed like a mushroom top of detritus and spray. Today, in my boat at the close end of the bay, I saw its dark devastations, islet and spit, sunk in the flat high tide. Where these war seeds sit, gaps of horizon and sea, then trees, gaps, trees, like men on a flushed foredeck, no ease. The drab olive green swarming everywhere, troops of mangroves, uniform everywhere. Beautiful, isn't it? So now we are heading back towards the shore, and it's a much better view. The sun is setting, it's beautiful, ethereal, sublime. तो कैसा लगा आपको आज का ये वीडियो तमिलनाडु के इस अद्भुत स्थान के ऊपर जो कि पिच्चावरम कहलाता है। बहुत ही सुंदर इलाका है। आप ज़रूर अपनी अगली छुट्टियों में यहाँ जाइए और मुझे बताइए कि आपको कैसा लगा। यहाँ की खूबसूरती देखते ही बनती है और मेरे लिए तो ये बहुत ही एक अविस्मरणीय दृश्य था जो कि मैं कभी भूल नहीं पाऊंगी। एक समंदर है जो अपने बीच कितनी अनगिनत चीज़ें समेटे बैठा है, तो क्यों ना हम इन अद्भुत दृश्यों को खोजें, ढूंढें। हमारे भारत में कितने ही ऐसे एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं जो हमें ज़रूर कोशिश करके इन्हें देखना चाहिए, इन्हें महसूस करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ना तो ये सिर्फ हमें एक जो हमारा आजकल का स्ट्रेस है, टेंशन है और एक जो उधेड़ बुन में हम लगे हुए हैं रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में अपने काम काज को लेकर, ये उन सब से एक मिनट में छुटकारा पहुंचा देता है और आपको ये याद दिला देता है कि इस विशाल संसार में जो ऊपर वाले ने बनाया है, इसमें हम बस एक छोटी सी पानी की एक बूंद हैं। हम आज हैं, कल होंगे या नहीं होंगे किसी को नहीं पता। तो जो हम रोज़मर्रा की चीज़ों में जिनमें जूझते रहते हैं, वो उनके दरअसल कोई मायने नहीं है। मायने हैं तो इस अद्भुत अपार संसार के। Thank you for watching this video. Please follow, like and subscribe and do comment.